Hello, this is RunningRobert, and today we're going to be talking about the Protalix BioTherapeutics PLX 2025 Outlook Summary. Today is the 14th of January, 2025, and in the summary, we're going to be looking at what PLX could look like in 2025. So, I generally follow small cap pharma, I do games, I do a little bit of everything, so if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe, it helps out a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I do have a position in this company, I bought it slightly under $1, so go me for this one. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and all information given is valid for today, the 14th of January, and the slideshow will not be updated. But again, as always, new news, new slideshow. So, the 2025 outlook. So we saw an excellent end to 2024 with the best quarter 3 report from the company ever. Cash at the end of that quarter was $27.4 million and no debt. The Fabry disease is starting to sell, and it is partnered, so we do not have to worry about sales. We have a nice large partner for that. PRX-115 looks like it could be a good drug with gout, with the phase 2 in planning right now. And the company runs a fairly lean operation, so costs are not out of control. So this is definitely one of my top stock picks for the year. So we're going to look at sales first, and we're going to do some math. So the best numbers to date were in the third quarter. Last quarter, they sold $12.3 million to the company, and they get a 15% tier on that. So you divide that by 15, $82 million in sales is what they were going through. Now, let's get some math. Total operating costs was $38 million for the first 9 months. That is cost of goods, R&D, and admin. So we're going to assume about $50 million needed for this year, plus maybe an extra 10 to 20 for gout. So we're going to go with the $60 million mark at the moment. So at $60 million, divide by that 15% tier, it's $400 million of sales, and that is worldwide. And that's only with Fabry. Like, that's nothing else. So let's go a little bit deeper. There's $20 million in sales to Brazil and Pfizer for the first 9 months of 2024. So let's just use $20 million. It's a very easy number. Goes us that we need $40 million to reach that break-even point. Divide that by 15%, and now you have $267 million. Current sales from Fabry in the US alone are $2 billion. And that's not counting rest of world sales. So all of a sudden you can see the market is there. And they don't have to capture a significant amount of it. If they capture 10%, 5 to 10% of the worldwide market, it's break even. If they capture more, we're making some money. And so that is really why I am so positive of this company, because even without the phase 2, which we're going to talk about in a second, the company is on a good track to become break even and be able to progress with the pipeline. So the PRX-115 data, it's been very positive the entire time. The drug had a dose-dependent response. More drug meant more change to the uric acid, and that is something that you look at in clinical trials. The more you give, if it helps more, you kind of have that little correlation. Safety was acceptable. There was one adverse event that occurred. However, the drug did seem to reduce uric acid, which is the cause of gout, and uncontrolled gout, which, again, a significant population have. The phase 2 phase 2 design is starting with communication from the regulatory agency and is set to launch in the second half of 2025. Data in the first half of 2027. I think at that point they'll probably be able to get it turned around fairly quick. So we might be looking at maybe a 2029 launch, but that's going to add another drug. And that's not if they don't partner it. Protalix might just say, we're going to partner this one off after the positive phase 2, go from there. So it's $167 million in market cap at 227, which is the last close that we have. The company's debt-free, most likely won't have to raise cash. And even if sales go okay, the company's at a break-even status with a new drug coming up. Looking at all that, overall, I think it's a fairly safe long-term investment. Based on everything that we're looking at, it should be something that we should see continue to go up in 2025. It would be nice if we get a $300 million market cap by the end, which would be almost a $5 stock, which would be super awesome. But we'll see. So hopefully this gives you some information. You can look it up, you can invest, you can do what you need to do. If you've been with me for this long already, hey, I do memberships and I do super thanks. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, any of those would be super helpful. Otherwise, hey, just liking and subscribing makes me feel very happy. So hey, anything will work for me. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.